Let's watch this. How to spot a pyramid scheme.
In 2004, a new company called Vima Nutrition started offering a life-changing opportunity to earn full-time income for part-time work. Vima's offer was open to everybody, regardless of prior experience or education. There were only 2 steps to get started earning. Purchase a $500 to $600 kit of their liquid nutrition products and recruit 2 more members to do the same. Vima Nutrition Company grew quickly, becoming a global operation that brought in 30,000 new members per month at its peak. There was just one problem. While the company generated $200 million of annual revenue by 2013, the vast majority of participants earned less than they paid in.
It's false advertising. Like you're basically locking people in and making them pay an upfront cost to join so they can lock other people in and make money down the line, which they never end up making. That's the problem. Regular sales doesn't work that way. Okay? If the major revenue is coming from people fronting upfront capital to be able to join and sell the product to other people, then it's a multi-level marketing scheme. There's no circumstance where you like join, let's say, a car dealership, right? They hire you. They look at your fucking background. And then they hire you. You're paying for a car so that you can like pay for other people, so that you can get other people to buy the car that you paid for, so that then they can also buy the car specifically so they can pay, sell it to other people. Doesn't work that way. Reported? Wait, why? Dude, there's always some motherfucker in here saying some crazy shit, you know what I mean? I never understand.
Vima was eventually charged with operating a pyramid scheme, a common type of fraud where members make money by recruiting more people to...
Quiet, commie, it's time to get rich now. Yeah, this commie at the top of the hour is going to serve you a 3-minute ad break. Okay? And for the $5 a month subscription, you can avoid seeing the ads. Okay? That's the selling point for you. Now, to differentiate that from a multi-level marketing scheme is if I were to tell you, oh, if you pay $5, then you have access to be able to sell other people a $5 a month subscription with the hopes of and taking a percentage off of their own sales. If that's how it worked, if gift subs gave you that, like Tate University, Hustlers University did, okay, affiliate marketing, which is another word for it, then that would be a pyramid scheme. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, by the way.
buy in. Typically, the founder solicits an initial group of people to buy in and promote the scheme. They are then encouraged to recruit others and promised part of the money those people invest, while the founder also takes a share. The pattern repeats for each group of new participants, with money from recent arrivals funneled to those who recruited them. This differs from a Ponzi scheme, where the founders recruit new members and secretly use their fees to pay existing members, who think the payments come from a legitimate investment. As a pyramid scheme grows, it becomes increasingly difficult for new recruits to make money. That's because the number of participants expands exponentially. Take a structure where each person has to recruit 6 people to earn a profit. The founder recruits 6 people to start, and each of them recruits 6 more. There are 36 people in that second round of recruits, who then each recruit 6 people, a total of 216 new recruits. By the 12th round of recruiting, the 2.1 billion newest members would have to recruit over 13 billion more people total to make money, more than the entire world population. In this scenario, the most recent recruits, over 80% of the scheme's participants, lose all the money they paid in. And in real life, many earlier joiners lose out too. Pyramid schemes are illegal in most countries, but they can be difficult to detect. They're presented as...
Not in the United States of America, technically. Here, this is a... In the matter of Amway Corporation is a 1979 ruling by the United States Federal Trade Commission concerning the business practices of Amway, a multi-level marketing company. The FTC ruled that Amway was not an illegal pyramid scheme according strictly to the statutory definition of a pyramid scheme, but ordered Amway to cease price fixing and cease misrepresenting to its distributors, participants, the average participant's likelihood of financial security and material success. That's it. It's not about the product at all. It has nothing to do with the product. That has nothing to do with the revenue generated by the company. The revenue generated by the company entirely relies on new people joining the company and fronting upfront capital. Okay? That's the point. That's how it works. That's the major difference between a regular company and a multi-level marketing scheme. The FTC filed a complaint on March 25th, 1975, alleging 5 counts of violating Section 5 of the FTC Act. Count 1 alleged that Amway engaged in resale price maintenance. Count 2 alleged that Amway allocated customers among distributors and restricted the distributor's source of supply as well as the retail outlets, though which they may resell. Count 3 alleged that Amway restricted the distributor's advertising. Count 4 alleged that Amway misrepresented the substantial income may be obtained from geometrical increases in the number of distributors in the chain recruiting operations of the Amway distribution plan, which is like fundamental to selling a multi-level marketing scheme. Count 5 alleged that Amway misrepresented the profitability of distributorship and the potential for recruiting new distributors and failed to disclose the substantial business expense involved and the high turnover of distributors. And the more things get worse under capitalism, like economic situations become more dire, the worse this will get. That's why you saw the NFTs and the crypto schemes that are still ongoing to a certain degree. In a lot of circumstances, especially in the United States of America, you can basically do a lot of things that would otherwise be considered illegal in other countries. For example, you can engage in tax avoidance by utilizing the regular tax loopholes that exist in this country. But if you directly fucking take the money and don't report it to the government and put it under a pillow cushion, then you're doing tax fraud. You're not actually paying your taxes. Okay? That's illegal. Dinesh D'Souza comes to mind, for example. You can go into a 501c4 and basically dump a shit ton of money into it. That's a super PAC, right? As much as you want. Unlimited amount of money that you can give to a super PAC that specifically works with your candidate of choosing. However, if you were to directly try to fund the candidate and go above the legal limit, right, then you're engaging in campaign financing fraud. Dinesh D'Souza did that, by the way. Well, he did straw donations, which was instead of setting up a 501c4, instead of setting up a super PAC for his favorite official that can claim that they just work on a single issue and lobby for a single issue and not a specific politician, right? What he did instead was straw donations. He took money and he gave it to all of his friends to donate to this individual campaign. That's illegal. You will go to jail for that. So that's something to always consider. A lot of things are, you can do a lot of things that normally people understand as corrupt in a perfectly legal way. Just like price fixing is illegal. But in an oligopoly, you can do price leadership. And every oligopoly does price leadership. Every sector that has only a few mega corporations that own the entirety of the sector will engage in a practice known as price leadership, which is perfectly legal and perfectly valid. As long as you're not in a cigar-filled dark room and getting together and going, hey, we got to fix these prices, we got to change these prices together. As long as you're not doing it like that, and it's a more monkey see, monkey do type situation, then it's perfectly valid, perfectly legal, perfectly allowed. That's how it works.
many different things, including gifting groups, investment clubs, and multi-level marketing businesses. The distinction between pyramid schemes and legitimate multi-level marketing can be particularly hazy. In theory, the difference is that the members of the multi-level marketing companies primarily earn compensation from selling a particular product or a service to retail customers, while pyramid
Very offline friend just texted me this photo and said, "What is this? No idea how he came across it." New York Post, on the side of labor, Champagne socialist journalists cross-picket to pop off and Pixar sodas. Iger, you don't say no to a role like Diet Do. That's so awesome. That's like an old ass meme at this point. That's so funny. Anyway, let's continue. Let me finish this video and then get
schemes
back
primarily
to the Patrick Bet
compensate
David one.
members for recruitment of new sellers. In practice, though, many multi-level marketing companies make it all but impossible for members to profit purely through sales. And many pyramid schemes, like Vima Nutrition, disguise themselves as legal multi-level marketing businesses, using a product or service to hide the pay and recruit structure. Many pyramid schemes also capitalize on already existing trust within churches, immigrant communities, or other tightly knit groups. The first few members are encouraged to report a good experience before they actually start making a profit. Others in their network follow their example, and the schemes balloon in size before it becomes clear that most members aren't actually profiting. Often, the victims are embarrassed into silence. Pyramid schemes entice people with the promise of opportunity and empowerment, so when members don't end up making money, they can blame themselves rather than the scheme, thinking they weren't tenacious enough to earn the returns promised. Some victims keep trying, investing in multiple schemes and losing money each time. In spite of all these factors, there are ways to spot a pyramid scheme. Time pressure is one red flag. Be wary of directives to act now or miss a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Promises of large, life-altering amounts of income are also suspect. And finally, a legitimate multi-level marketing business shouldn't require members to pay for the opportunity to.
That's it. That is the single most important part of a pyramid scheme.
Sell a product or service. Pyramid schemes can be incredibly destructive to individuals, communities, and even entire countries. But you can fight fire with fire by sending this video to 3 people you know and encouraging them to do the same. While we're at it, here are a couple other things we can help you keep an eye out for.